Get some life back there.
What'd you do? Turn on a light?
Yeah, just back there.
Oh, okay.
Just I undim so it doesn't look like a burned out light bulb.
Mm.
Yeah.
It almost looks like little like candle or torch things. Is that what it's supposed to be? Or they're just like the overhead art lighting?
You've been here.
I know, but I've never really looked at the lights. From this view, it looks like an old castle where they'd have like the torches lining the hallway.
No, it kind of looks like the Statue of Liberty's torch, I guess.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
They're Art Deco. Um, uh, yeah. The lighting here is like Dracula's castle.
Okay,
It'd be
perfect.
so much cooler if you had the fire bulbs in it and they were twinkling.
I had some of those, but I felt like I was gonna have a seizure.
Oh.
And they burn out faster for some reason.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Hello, you are recording and you may begin whenever you choose.
Sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
And tune into your favorite podcast.
Where things will be misquoted.
And opinions ain't sugar-coated.
Cause DJ and Kelly are locked and probably loaded.
Hey guys. Welcome to Locked and Probably Loaded with DJ and Kelly. I'm your host, DJ Qualls, and I'm here with my good friend and co-host, Kelly Blackheart. Hey, Kelly.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm tired. I am so out of my mind. Uh, we were supposed to film in person today, but I got home and realized that they're resurfacing my courtyard at my loft, and I can't leave the house through that. I have to through the front door until like 4 p.m. And there's no lock on the back door. There is a lock. Don't come over here. There's no outside lock.
Yeah, you can't leave the house and keep the house secured.
No. The same thing happened when we had when our building got tented for termites. So we just had to sit in here and get gassed.
Wait, really? What did you do? No, I know you didn't stay in there, but like what?
So you cut metal dowels and put them in the track because it's a sliding door to where the door
Uh,
opened like about 7 inches.
yeah.
And then went out the front door. But you can't do that now. Anyway, so I got back last night. I did the Mother's Ruin Challenge. For those of you who don't know what that is, Mother's Ruin is a series of bars. There's one in New York City, there's one in Chicago, there's one in Nashville, and there's one in Austin. And every Mother's Day, they have a challenge where you have to hit 3 of them in 3 different cities. So we flew to Austin, had a great time in Austin. East Austin is amazing.
I've never been to Austin. I've been to Austin once for a volleyball tournament, but I wasn't
It's
old enough to do anything. So,
fantastic. And during the pandemic, a lot of people from California moved there, from Los Angeles specifically, and Nashville, that sort of like split and bought those 2 cities up. The thing about Nashville, though, is that Nashville is now California, but Austin is still Austin. And it feels, I mean, I'm sure it feels different to locals, but I met so many people who are from there. I met this old Mexican guy who's been going to this bar for like 40 years called La Perla, and we met the owners, and he told me like 40 times he wasn't gay and then rubbed my back a bit. But uh,
why is that your experience every time in that?
don't know. I don't, I must look bendy. Um, but
You do, honestly.
but also I'm nice, and I think the more you get drinking, and I mean, some people are curious about stuff, and sometimes guys think if I was ever going to do this, I would try it right here with you. I mean, that's literally happened to me at a urinal before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his girlfriend was like outside. I didn't do it. I really,
Wink.
it was at a bar in Raleigh, downtown Raleigh.
That's where I'm from.
Oh yeah, I know. Do you know that you kind of look like a young, thinner, better looking Danny McBride? Have you ever been told that?
I do get that all the time. They can't see me right now though, so it's just the split screen of you two.
Well, I mean, y'all have the internet.
They can imagine it.
But yeah, I didn't notice it until last night. I was watching Righteous Gemstones when I came home. Actually, I came home last night and texted Kelly that I couldn't be here today. And I was overwhelmed. And then Kelly was like, well, what if you just come over here at 7:30 in the morning before they start working on the courtyard? And I put my phone on silent and crying. I was so fucking tired. The plane was delayed. I mean, the day before that, I traveled like, I'd been planes, trains, and automobiles, and we've been drinking for 4 days in a row. Um, and
Well,
then
to be fair, I went into problem solving mode because I hadn't talked to Isaac yet. I was thinking that this was a crucial episode that we needed for next week, and so I was trying to brainstorm ways. I'm like, I could pick you up at 7:30 and you could come
it was
sleep at
fucking
my
awful. I
house.
was like,
Yeah.
when you said that, I got so overwhelmed. Also, I got offered a movie yesterday on the way to the airport, which is causing a domino effect for my whole
Yeah.
schedule. It was everything. And I had to get laundry and the whatever because I'm leaving tomorrow morning for New Jersey. And then after that, I'm going to New York City to see Theo. I'm meeting Theo's fiance for the first time
Oh,
tomorrow. I
cool.
mean, on Sunday. And I'm living with her for 4 days while I'm meeting her for the first time. And I don't think she's going to have a positive impression of me because I don't think I'm a great influence on Theo.
I don't know anybody you're a good influence on.
If you want to get married to Theo, I don't think I'm a good influence. I think I'm a fine influence. We have a great time together. But the last time I threw up was in New York City from drinking at this bar. But so I'm trepidatious about it this time. But it's so good to be home. There was no way in fuck I was going to come to your house last night and sleep and not be in this house.
Yeah, once Isaac called, like, because I texted the group being like, "Here's the situation." Once he called me and we were like, "Oh, we don't need this tomorrow," then immediately I was like, "Oh, okay, let's just move it, whatever, or do a remote, whatever. It's not that big of a deal." But it was not my first choice to have you wake up early, even though it might have produced some grumpy rants and stuff like that. Like, it is never going to be my first choice to make you miserable to come do the podcast. I'd
You're
rather
gonna
just
go
skip
man
a
cry
week.
on camera, like
Yeah.
you cry,
Yeah.
not pretend acting cry. Yeah, it wouldn't have been good.
I couldn't wrap my head around it either. I was like, well, why doesn't he just take the sidewalk? Like, I've never seen the courtyard that's getting
Uh,
paved.
you can't walk there. It's the walkway to get outside. There's a giant 4-story waterfall. It's a whole thing.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I was explaining to him, that you can't leave your house because obviously you have an art gallery in there and there would be a lot of things to steal.
And someone also just leave my house open in Los Angeles in general.
Yeah. I do it all the time.
I know you do. I can't believe it. It's almost like you're begging somebody to kill you.
I was at drinks with Allie and then our friend Jen on Saturday, and Jen was like, "Did you hear about the serial killer in North Hollywood?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've been leaving my doors unlocked just in case." And it took her a second to process.
I'm the first person to tell you about the serial killer in North Hollywood.
Yeah,
And you had stars in your eyes.
I know. I was like, I hope I get to meet him.
I really don't. I really, really, really don't want you to. But if one of us has to, I'd like it to be you.
Obviously. I mean, like I said, I would, if I'm going to get killed, I want somebody to be quick with it. Like, the thing about serial killers is most of them like torturing their
It's
victims.
probably ritualistic bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Where they want to play with you for a few days.
I just want a random person who's pissed at something I said at a bar to shoot me. Like, that's ideal.
That's highly probable. The more
I
this
know.
keeps going.
I know.
Oh, is that your long game plan? So that's why you were so eager to do this episode today.
Just want to say my goodbyes and get my verbal will out there.
Dude, everybody's leaving LA.
What do you mean?
Like, my whole original friend group is gone. It's like you and and the last two people you introduced me to, they're leaving.
Yeah, I mean, it's expensive if you aren't like, a lot of our friends are in entertainment in different facets of it, and it's fucking expensive to live here when there's no work happening right now. So
Right. There is no work. There's no
Yeah.
entertainment work, and I think it's getting pretty dire. I mean, the movie that I got offered shoots in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
I know.
I said, yeah.
Yeah. That's what films are everywhere now. I mean, Kentucky. I shot a movie in Kentucky this year.
I got a buddy in Nashville that can't stop working.
Oh, fuck that guy. I'll be right
Yeah.
back.
He's a PA.
What a douchebag.
Be right back after these messages.
By the way, I'm drinking a brand new beatbox flavor that I've never tried before.
It's green. I like green things generally. What is it?
Big pickle margarita.
Is it pickle flavored?
Yeah.
Because generally I like pickle flavored shots, but not pickled flavored whole beverages.
It's very subtle pickle.
It's sweet.
Not really, no. It's very
skeptical.
good. I like it.
I'm really skeptical about that. I'll have to have one.
Have you had a
They
Dominic
haven't had
pickle beer?
this.
No,
I always get one as a pickleback for my whiskey.
I don't like
He doesn't like beer.
beer.
Oh,
Kelly tried to get me to do a root beer shot, which is like what's in it, Kelly?
Oh, shoot the root. It's like a root beer schnapps or a root beer liqueur dropped into a bigger glass of like a Miller Lite or Coors Light or whatever, and you
She's
chug
like,
it.
it tastes just like root beer. I'm like, I love root beer. It tastes like beer.
No, it tastes like root beer. I don't like root beer, and maybe that's why I like that shot. Is because it tastes more like beer.
Yeah, exactly. I love root beer. So at the bar La Perla that we went to in Austin, they have something called an armadillo, where they put like it's a Modelo, but they pour some sort of spicy, like hot garlicky sauce into the Modelo, and it was awesome. It's the only time I've ever enjoyed a beer.
Oh,
It was really good.
nice.
was it a
Oh,
Michelata?
What?
Was it a Michelata? Sorry, Kelly.
It's called an armadillo.
yeah, Grant loves micheladas. I wanted to bring this up because it's been on my mind since the last time we recorded, and I know I'll forget if I don't say it now. I had made a comment. I was watching that docuseries about the sorority, fraternity, hazing, whatever, and I made a comment that the episode hasn't even come out yet, so it's not like I think that people are pissed, and it could be far less than what I'm like replaying in my head, but
You mad at me?
No. It's about something that I said. Because I was talking about like sports hazing versus Greek life, and I said something flippantly like, I understand why people stay with like sports hazing because they're already on the team and all that stuff. But really, what I was saying in that comment was like, for me, I understand hazing on a team because I look at sports as like a job, but it's like I went on a scholarship. So if I had to put up with hazing, it's like it's like being at work. You don't have to be friends with all your coworkers. Whereas the way I view Greek life would just be for like social settings and formals and stuff like that. But I also, the way I played it back in my head sounded a little victim blamey. It's like, why would
support hazing these?
well, it's just like, why,
motherfuckers?
if people are abusing you, why don't you get the fuck out? Like I didn't want it to come off like that. And also I recognize that other people have different reasons for joining Greek life, and it's not just social stuff. It's like family legacy or tradition or culture or fucking networking.
It's a
all that
cult.
stuff. Yeah.
It's a cult.
But I just wanted to make sure, put it out there before I get any complaints about it, because I don't know how it came out, but when I replay things in my head, I make the worst case scenario. I'm like, oh my God, I hope people don't think that. So I just wanted to say that.
I didn't think that, but if anybody thought that, you thought wrong. God,
Yeah.
Anyway, it is a cult. All
Yeah.
the guys wear Blockbuster uniforms. They wear light blue button-down shirts and khaki pants or khaki shorts with baseball caps turned around, like wrong way around. And the girls wear twin sets and pearls.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, it is in the sense that it's like they've got the people that they defer to, and it's a keep your mouth shut type of society, and we will have each other's backs no matter what and get
And you
away.
call each other brother and sister, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. It is like when you really look at the inner workings of all of it, it's really sadistic because you look at the bigger campuses that have like the secret societies for what is it called? I can't remember what the actual like society is called, but it's like one representative from each house is now in this secret society, and they influence everything on campus, like from politics and all that stuff. It's like they get together and they go, oh, this black guy is running for student council president, but we're going to get our guy to win. So everybody needs to vote for this person. So it is really interesting how it's such a microcosm of the real world.
You're
And
like traders? It sounds like traders. Everybody meets in secret in a dark room
yeah, pretty much.
and somebody dies.
Some people die sometimes. Yeah. I was also, there's a new show on HBO Max called Toxic, and it's hosted by Armie Hammer's ex-wife.
Yeah,
Elizabeth
I
Chambers.
saw that. Is it people just telling stories about toxic relationships? Is it
Yeah.
like reenactments and shit?
It's they don't do reenactments, but they do like interviews with each of the people. And the second episode I just watched this morning, and like nutshell, it's this guy Ian who was a U.S. Marshal. In the story, he's married to this girl Angela, and she starts getting these like really threatening emails from his ex-fiance, and it's like, I hope you get raped, you need to get murdered, blah blah blah, all this stuff, and she's signing it like love Michelle, or like, and she's stalking her, blah blah blah, all this stuff. And I'm like, this seems so weird. Like it would be rare if the ex is like getting that involved. And so as time goes on, we find out, like, we get Michelle, the ex, coming on, and she's like, that's not how this happened at all. They framed me for this. Like, the guy
So she was never doing it. The guy was
she was never doing it. And once he basically wanted to get back at her because they had bought a house together, or bought a condo together, and he didn't put any deposit down or anything like that. So they came to this mortgage agreement. Like, if you don't pay the mortgage in the next 6 months, like, you're going to be out. We got to sell the house or whatever. So he wanted revenge on her, starts sending these emails to the point where he put up an ad on Craigslist searching for, like, hey, I have this rape fantasy, so I want somebody to come over while I'm walking my dog, and, you know, don't listen to me when I say no. Like, I have this fantasy.
Is that legal?
No, of course not. No. But like back in the day in Craigslist,
jail?
He's not.
Okay, you don't want to work for me?
I don't want to spoil anything, but basically somebody came over and attacked her and all that stuff. So they arrested Michelle initially, and then she's like, here's all this information of why I think they're involved in this. They traced the IP addresses back to the condo where Ian and Angela were living. So then he goes to the police and he goes like, I just found out it was Angela doing this stuff. Like, Angela's the one been sending herself the emails, all this stuff. And then it comes out that the IP, all that stuff comes back to his work phone that nobody had
it's
access.
coming from inside the house.
Yeah. But the craziest part about this episode is this happened in Orange County, and this was like 2013 or whatever.
Orange County, California?
The whole episode, I'm like, this guy looks so familiar. I'm 99% sure I came across him on the dating apps when I was living in Orange County.
Was it the guy that made you that spaghetti that you threw up in the house?
No, he wasn't from a dating app. I never met him. But the picture that they kept showing, I'm like, that looks so fucking familiar. And I think he had either messaged me or I just happened to see him on a lot of different things, because they were in Anaheim. I was living in like Costa Mesa. And Plenty of Fish would put a massive circle around your area. He looks so fucking familiar. And I'm like,
Plenty of Fish, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
They're wildly wrong about drawing a wide circle around where you live in Southern California.
I know. If it's more than 5 minutes, that's a long distance relationship.
Exactly.
All right, let's take a break real quick.
Okay, fine. Hi, welcome back from those messages. If any of those products interest you, I don't know what they are. Wait, did we actually say on the show that one time that we came back that somebody told us that we were being very flippant, and it was like a commercial for Mothers Against Drunk Driving? I just want to clarify that absolutely again, that we don't know what these commercials are. We're not big time enough to know that, to be privy to that. But if just as listeners, if something seems wildly off brand for us, would you let us know? Because I was told, one of the people I went on the challenge with I didn't realize this. She places ads for companies on the internet, like social media and podcasts and stuff like that. I had no idea. I don't really like to talk to people about what they do for a living, because then I have to talk about what I do for a living, and I don't like talking about work when I'm getting loaded.
And unless somebody's super passionate about what they do, like, most people don't want to be in that conversation anyway.
I know that she works in an office and that she was in charge of some stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she does that. And she said that if we get anything, if we are on a pattern of getting things that are like, hemorrhoid cream, or not even that, Valtrax. No, not even that. Probably both of those things our listeners probably need. But you know what I mean? Just something that's wildly inappropriate. There's some kind of settings that you can, or you, I don't know what you do. I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think that the drunk driving thing was a bad ad or whatever. It just happened to be one of the days where you went, go buy all this products.
Yeah, but we come back, we're like this.
Yeah, but every show is, they don't anticipate that we're listening to the ads live while we're recording. Yeah. People know that if we were reading the ads and we're like, drunk driving is very bad, and you're laughing throughout the whole ad read, like that's maybe different.
We also don't get paid if they buy the stuff right now. Like, in the future we will, but these aren't our ads. We just get paid if they listen.
Or don't buy anything then.
Yeah, just listen multiple times.
The economy is too unstable right now. We have no idea what's around the corner.
Yeah. But I bet in a couple of months there's going to be some great products that we have to share with you.
It will cost you $84,000.
Tell me more about the challenge. There was a girl on TikTok that was sharing
I think
her
her name
journey,
is
and I
Julia.
tagged. Yeah, I was like, "Oh, DJ Qualls is doing this," and she's like, "I saw him."
Yeah. She ended up in Nashville. I think she started in Austin with us and ended up in Nashville. Oh, I think she must have gone to all the, oh yeah,
She went Austin, Chicago, New
Chicago,
York.
Nashville. That's what we did. There was a guy named Fidel who we met in Austin, and then he went Austin, Chicago, New York City, and his flight was delayed, and he was the last person to arrive on the challenge because they always clock the first people and the last people. I think he arrived at the bar at like 3:30 a.m.
Yeah.
and a couple of flights were diverted. I guess there was weather in Austin or on the way to Austin, so like not everybody who starts the challenge completes it. And next year I'm going to do it again because I got a fucking tattoo. That's the other thing. The reason why you do the challenge is it's for the challenge, but at the end of it, you get a tattoo of their logo on you, and then you get a card for a free drink every day, for a free cocktail every day for life. The problem with that is, I don't want a tattoo of somebody's logo on me, but if you don't, you get a black card that's one free beer.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and got the tattoo. It's that big.
Yeah, but it's cute.
Where is it?
Huge. It's on my back of my calf. I'll show you guys when it's healed because you can't see it because it's all congealed. It's under that clear film.
Yeah.
But I got there, and so I wasn't feeling well. Josh's wife Tiffany went first. Hey, Josh and Tiffany. They went first, and Brandon set up the appointment. Brandon's Ina's boyfriend, and they were the four people I went on the challenge with. And I was not feeling well. I had bad heartburn. I was supposed to lay on my stomach in a pretty hot room, and the tattoos took about an hour, and I didn't want it anymore.
It took an hour to do that?
Yeah. There's a lot of line work in that.
I know, but like it's simple
It
regardless.
took hers an hour, but I had her shrink mine down because the original one was too big for my calf. That's the down. I mean, because the other person that got it, Tiffany, Josh's wife, got it on like her back. So
Yeah.
there's space for it. Like I'm built like a bird. And so it would have been like, could you imagine like a tribal tattoo around like a chicken leg? That's what it would have looked like. But I think I didn't internalize that first of all, how bad I would feel. Second of all, that I have a bar's logo on me. And I don't have, it's my first tattoo on my legs. They're all on my arms.
Yeah.
And so it just, how I am. New information, I don't handle well.
Yeah.
But like, it's why anytime you ask me anything, the first two times the answer is no. And the third time is always yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I did it. I'm glad I did it. My card's in the mail. Here, the nearest bar they have in their franchise is in Austin.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm doing this to save on booze.
Yeah, you would have to live next door to Mother's Ruin to make this
Even if I was in the
financially
same
worth
city,
it. But
even if I was in the same city, I'm not going to go over there.
But it's the same as any of my tattoos. They're all for a fucking story, and now you've got a good story attached to that, and maybe you can get them to sponsor the podcast.
Always thinking.
Like, I got
great.
you
I love
as a
that bar. My
billboard
favorite
on my
bar in the world. I love that. That's the best tattoo I've ever gotten. Mother's Ruin. In 4 locations, not near me.
Yeah. I wonder if they would ever make an LA one.
I mean, I think their goal is to be like a virus and go everywhere.
Speaking of viruses, Isaac, what did you just send me in the chat? Because I tried to open it. It says potential security threat.
A picture of the tattoo. It's just
Oh,
so you can see it.
Have,
yeah.
have
You
y'all
sent
seen
me-
my tattoo?
Yeah,
I
you
have
sent
a
me
photo
yours.
of mine. Yeah.
I don't know if it was in the group chat, but
Is that the one? Is that the one you saw, Isaac?
I just
Uh,
I pulled
his
it off
hat-
the internet.
it's the same thing, but theirs has like watercolor splashes behind it.
Oh, I want that.
You can get it on the second round of Mother's Ruin. I want to go next year.
Get it on your other leg.
Yeah. You can go. It's exhausting.
Yeah, I would assume that.
I mean, it grows every year. I mean, I encourage everybody that's listening to this to try it next year. That way we would run into each other in different cities, but don't do the same route that we are because I don't want everybody to be there at the same time.
How many drinks per bar did you have? Because I remember your stories. You were like, "We are gooned," and you were still in Chicago.
Yeah, they were keeping track for a while. I think at 12, I stopped counting, and that was like at 3 p.m. And the day, that's what the day is. And I learned a valuable lesson. I think that we think that we're gonna maybe start in Nashville next year or start in Chicago, and I will go the day before. Like I don't want to be somewhere for 3 days hanging out and because
Yeah.
East Austin is one of the best places I've ever hung out, especially this time of year because there are these tiny little shitty bars that have you go through the back door and they have these giant yards. It was really, really great. But that's what we're doing for 3 days. We're hanging out and drinking and shooting the shit with locals. And then the challenge is that. So by the time I got the tattoo, I was like, you know,
I want to go home.
yeah, I wanted to go home. I wanted to go home so bad.
Did you
Next
bleed
year,
a
get
lot for the
father's
tattoo?
ruin on your
No,
other
I
calf.
never do. I probably didn't have much. I mean, I went to pee right before that and it was powder form. So I was dehydrated like a motherfucker. So I wasn't worried about bleeding because there wasn't a lot, there was not a liquid in my body to come
Yeah,
out.
if the second DJ takes a sip of alcohol, there's no more eating.
Yeah. I can't eat at all. Like, and that was the other thing. I think that's also why I cried doing the laundry last night because I was overwhelmed because I realized the only thing I'd had to eat all day was a cup of soup. No, that's not true. I also went to Sonic and they fucked up my order.
Oh, what they do, not give you enough mustard packets?
They didn't give me any mustard.
Oh, fuck.
And it wasn't just that. First of all, there were two people working there. They were overwhelmed. Franchisees should be fucking ashamed. If your place is that busy, it's this Sonic is on Charlotte, just west of downtown. I encourage everybody to look that place up and give them hell on Yelp or whatever. I'm going to find who the franchisees are and send them an email. First of all, it's abusive to your staff. If you're that busy, you could afford to pay people enough to fucking work there.
Yeah.
The reason why people don't want to work in these jobs is because they don't fucking pay enough.
Yep.
Anyway,
And they make little to no money and also have people coming in expecting like it's the same people who are like, why the fuck should we pay them more? They're just flipping burgers, and then they come in and expect like a 5-star professional fucking setting.
anyway, we waited an hour and 20 minutes. I ordered a corn dog and
At
people,
Sonic?
yeah, and it's a drive-in, right? And a drive-through. So it was an hour and 20 minutes. And so people at lunchtime, it just kept filling up. And the poor lady was just running back and forth. And so I ordered a corn dog, medium chili cheese fries, and a cherry Diet Coke. And then I was going to get an orange cream slush to go right before it. And I didn't get mustard until everything was gone. And the corn dog was forgotten. Oh, my drink was forgotten too. And the chili cheese fries turned into tots that had been made in the 1970s. So it just wasn't a good experience.
Vintage.
Yeah. So anyway, I didn't eat a lot yesterday, long story short. And so that's what, and I always do that. I flip out and then forget. And then late the next day or like, I'll be like, oh, wow, I don't think I ate at all yesterday.
Yeah, we've talked about it in private, but like I think you've said that you're also hypoglycemic because my brother Grant is hypoglycemic. And so growing up, it's like it was so interesting because at first we had no idea why he would turn into this like evil devil because we're like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden my mom would be like, did you have pancakes this morning? Like, and it would just like immediately, oh, okay. So we started naming him Brant every time he was bad Grant because it was just like the switch of, and it was just because his blood sugar had dropped so much and he was like furious. You're not as bad as he was.
We both have the same issue, and I'm glad that he decided not to marry me.
Oh God, it would be
Doing that would be on the fucking news.
Yeah.
My agent is calling me.
Oh, answer it.
Yeah.
Hello? I'm great. How are you? Okay, awesome. It's one of my agents, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Hey, Jason.
That was Maddie, the assistant. Isn't this exciting? This is what Hollywood's like.
Hold for Jason.
Hollywood. Hey, buddy, I'm in the studio right now recording. So your part of the conversation isn't being broadcast, but mine is. Okay.
Show me the money.
No, I think I'm like literally 200. So guys at home, I am $250 short of my SAG qualification for the year because we don't get paid residuals anymore. And I've been doing this and not that. And so this movie I was offered will help that. Yeah, it actually would be great if they could you mute me? Get ready to say something that's not
We
ethical.
can cut this part out.
Wait, hold on.
DJ's muted. Hey, Kelly.
What's that?
How's it going? What flavor is that?
California cherry. Wait, you're back already?
I'm fast. No, he said he would call me back. I was getting ready to suggest something unethical, and I realized that I don't want to broadcast that.
Now I want to know what that
It's
is.
not inhumane, and it doesn't hurt anybody but the man.
Oh, yeah, then I'm
The
all
man's
for it.
always trying to fuck us, and not in a fun way. And any chance we get, did you see that thing about Allstate?
No, what?
That they've had I saw the CEO, he makes $26 million a year. They brought him before Congress or somebody from Allstate because there are all these, they settled like $6 billion in cases, but denying $30 billion in cases. And they have to literally be sued. And they were firing adjusters who told what was really going on. Her house is really fucked up. She needs $60,000 to fix it. And so they would be like, you're being too thorough. You're spending too much time. And then they would just either deny the claim outright or pay a way reduced rate. This is why they're talking about bringing back the guillotine. And the reason why CEOs are getting shot. This is the reason why. When is enough?
I know. Yeah, I have a friend who works in insurance claims. I'm not even going to say their name because I don't want to them, but like it's like, oh, you're doing your job too well. You're covering things that should be covered. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's so ridiculous.
Meanwhile, Allstate made record profits last year.
Yeah.
I think they made $4 billion more than they made the year before.
Yeah, Isaac said the senator then pointed out that Allstate made $4.6 billion in profits, and its CEO, Tom Wilson, collected $26 million in executive compensation in 2024.
Yeah. And they've settled like $6 billion in cases, but they have to be sued in order to do their fucking jobs, to provide what you paid for. And the thing that's so maddening about that, the thing that's so dirty about cheating somebody of insurance is that they're at their absolutely most vulnerable.
Yep. It's like it's hard enough as it is to navigate the insurance system, the healthcare system, all of that stuff when you're perfectly healthy, and then you add some disaster on top of it, and it's like nobody at the companies even communicates. So you talk to one person who's like, I totally get it and I am on your side, we will get this figured out, and the next person you talk to, they're like, we don't have any notes on your file, so can you start over from the beginning? And then you get somebody who's totally not compassionate. It's fucking ridiculous. It's such a racket.
And we're taking away the fucking agency that does consumer protection.
And also now with the push for AI, everything is moving into AI chatbots where it's like, I swear to fucking God, if you do not give me a human right now, I will literally come to your house and take a nap, probably because I'll be so tired from traveling.
Locked and probably loaded.
Then there's gonna be trouble.
Locked and probably loaded. Brought to you by the threat of violence.
The threat of sleeping in a bed. Let's take it.
Everybody go out and commit insurance fraud because this may be your only chance to get anything.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. There's no rules anymore, right?
There should be prison terms for this kind of shit. This should be so against the law that people go to jail.
But that's the disconnect. We're going to take an ad break in a second, but that's the disconnect where people like who cape for billionaires, it's like when people are like, well, why would they be trying to get more money? They are already so rich. Because money is power. And if you have an endless stream of money, you can get away with anything you do.
And also, when you reach a certain amount of money, there's nothing you can't afford or nothing that you are not able to do. So nothing means fucking anything anymore. So
Right.
the only thing that you know is making more money. It was like, well, I have all this stuff. So what? Then you want to start subjugating people. Then you want to start getting power. I want all these people to do exactly what I say.
Like I have 3 yachts, but I don't own any people yet.
Yeah.
So
I want to go out and buy some libs. Only libs. We'll be right back after these messages. Blocked and probably loaded. Brought to you by Owning Libs. Although I think if the economy starts to go to shit, we'll have to talk to them that maybe they should have rented those libs. There's a hidden ownership cost to
Have you
owning
tried
libs.
financing? Financing is a really good financial situation.
Maybe that's why they're so keen on getting the interest rates down. The loans on my libs are terrible. Hey, variable arm rates? Fuck. Please.
You guys ever thought about what the opposite of a libtard is?
No. Cletus. I say Cletus. That's so Cletus. In the South, I mean, I can say all this stuff because it's like me saying the F word or calling something gay. I own it. But I can say all this stuff because I'm Southern. And you can too. Crackers.
Yeah, but if a liberal tard,
Mm-hmm.
the opposite, it would be
The libtard.
a retard.
A MAGA. It kind of means the same thing.
Yeah.
Now you know where I lean, and if there was any ambiguity.
All the comments on social media are loving that you guys are expressing your political views.
I'm just so
Yeah.
tired. It is very hard to drink this much, watch reality television, and fly around the world, and then come home and talk about some bullshit. I
care about the world.
I want anytime somebody fucking comments, stay in your lane. We liked you better when you were just acting. It's like I would love that. I don't have to think about any of this shit. I don't know. I don't want to know any of these fucking words.
Yeah, I miss that's the thing. Humans are not conditioned or built for having this much access to a news cycle, this much access to people's opinions of them. We're supposed to live in small communities and take care of each other, and now we're at this point where it's like it is inescapable. And even if we wanted to be apolitical as a podcast, it's not possible. We are inherently political people because these things affect us.
Thank you for giving me TikTok.
You're welcome.
I was so resistant,
I finally get my.
but you were right. My algorithm is fucked. So it's not that, but I like posting things on there and then getting comments because it's so awesome to fuck with people who say shitty things. Like I sent you some of them.
Yeah.
It's my new hobby, and you can do it while you're loaded and watching television.
Yes. So there's for everybody who doesn't know, there is a certain I guess formula that trolls will use online, whether they're commenting or sending you DMs. They will be really fucking mean to you. They will say something really mean and they don't expect you to respond. And so it's like they think they're shouting out into the wind, and then the second that you respond, they start backpedaling because they're like, oh my God. Like I've had that so many times.
Also, you're probably smarter than them, and
Yes.
so you can put it you can be cunty in a way that can't be proven in court.
Exactly.
And so it makes them look stupid and feel stupid when really, like, there was a comedian who posted some hacky gay jokes, and so I just went in on him because my flight was delayed. and also it's just so fucking easy, and comedians like Jim say it's just this low-hanging fruit. And not, here's the thing, I love a good gay joke. If it's funny, you can say anything you want, but if it's not clever and it's hacky. So I went in on him a little bit, and I was just like, and he's like, 5'8", and so you're gonna say some shit, I'm gonna say some shit. So I said some shit, and then he was like, came back and he was like, wow, I used to really like you. And I felt bad for you when they put you on Cartoon Celebrity Deathmatch. I think it was like something. And I was like, no, that made me feel famous. But just trying to do little digs at me. And like, I'll have to separate, I love legit. I guess if I watch it again, I'll have to try really hard to separate the actor from the work. And I was like, I never separate people from the work. If you're funny, I will think you're funny all day long. And then he said, and then I said, it's just hacky. It's hacky and unimaginative. It's not funny. I was like, if you're going to say, oh, and it's always straight guys doing, well, God, it would be so much easier if I was gay. You know what I mean? And it's not triggering, but it's just so fucking smug. If you're funny about it, I'll let it slide. But if you're not funny, except for the fucking growing up, being afraid of being murdered and all that shit. So then I start getting cranky about it. So I think what I said, I was like, if you're gonna make a joke like that, lean into it. Say, being gay would be so much easier, except for the whole AIDS thing. Go for it. Go in on it. Say something really fucking awful. Don't be mid. And so I said that, and he was like, well, I interpret comedy by being from New York City. And so he starts to defend it. And so then I responded by saying, you know what? You're right. You're not responsible for it comes on my algorithm. And I was like, I think I'm so such a snob about comedy because I know so many famous ones who do such good work, who consider this stuff hacky, that they've taught me that. Big cunty in a way you can't prove in court.
Yeah.
I sent Kelly a text from the plane last night going, I love being a troll.
It really is your greatest joy in life these days.
99.9% of it's awesome. And for everybody who says nice things, I read them all. I don't read them all, but sometimes I'll get loaded and go through them. And people in general are very, very kind, and it stretches across demographic. One thing I love about it is that you click on somebody's profile photo and you're like, oh fuck, the comment's probably going to be awful, and it's awesome, right? It's a great bringer together of people, but it's also a great exploiter of people, and so I guess I only was focused on the stuff I didn't like, because the stuff I don't like, I profoundly don't like.
Yeah, of course. I think social media is one of our greatest blessings and greatest curses. I think I just watched a fucking 4-episode docuseries on Twitter, and it was like the start of Twitter to the last episode is called Disaster, because Twitter had a hand in the insurrection because Donald Trump is tweeting all these things out, and they're having
misinformation.
Yeah, misinformation. And Twitter internally is having all these battles, like when do we get to the point that we suspend his account or take down these tweets or whatever, because they're between a rock and a hard place because they want to be the free speech platform. And this was before Elon, it's like so I don't envy anybody who worked at Twitter at that time, but the problem is now that the genie's out of the bottle, you can't put it back in the bottle. It's like, but in terms of us posting political stuff, I was not averse to it, but I was more hesitant to do it before because I'm like, I just don't want to deal with the fucking trolls. But as we've posted more and more of them, I've realized that those are the videos that when we get hate comments for them, the hate comments don't affect me at all because I don't respect any of their opinions. Right. It's one thing if somebody is just commenting shit on a video where you're like, I put a lot of work into this and this is funny and apolitical or whatever, and they're just being mean for no reason. But when somebody is like, Trump's our daddy, I'm like, oh, I don't care what you think at all. You can call me any name.
I ain't gay, but I do gay stuff. Like suck a dick in the back of my truck. Calling a grown man daddy and you're not joking?
So weird.
It's fucking bizarre.
Yeah. A lot of people now are like, did the liberals want to apologize yet? Because the Dow is coming back. And it's like, you morons. This is his game book, which is make a bad policy, see that it's fucking everything up, and reverse the policy. And everybody goes, wow, what a genius.
And it's not back because you realize it has to go up exponentially from what it drops from.
Right, but even with the tariffs, people are now celebrating this, which he just rolled back everything. It's like so you would think that if you use critical thinking that the people who were against the tariffs in the first place were right, because the only reason things are bouncing back is because he rolled back the things that were fucked up in the first place, but they'll never admit that.
I mean, it's the blueprint of a fascist regime. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed this or heard this. They are setting up checkpoints after you, right before you cross the border, that aren't the typical, after you go.
Before you leave.
Yeah, before you leave. To question why you're going into Canada.
Yeah, I was just reading about that.
You've already cleared passport control. You're already going into Canada, and they're there waiting on you to stop you, to ask you more questions.
Yeah, why are you not letting us leave? freely.
But this is what was happening. Like people, people trying to flee. They're like, "Where are you going?" Like in World War II, and Russia was doing this during the Soviet Union.
Yep.
Couldn't leave.
And they're all suddenly pro-immigration now that it's a bunch of white South Africans.
Yeah.
It's just like
I don't ever want us to become completely political because it's just so fucking heartbreaking and sad. But I think it's good because it's a little reminder that we all are saying that this isn't normal. And Donald Trump going on the news and saying to our faces that he didn't post that photo of him dressed as the Pope. It came from his social media. I didn't do that. It's just like, and people fucking believe it.
Deny, deny, deny.
It really is.
What do you need to deny before we go to Patreon?
I'm not gay, but I do gay stuff. Like such a dick in the back of my truck. Have you heard this song?
I love that song.
Okay, so it's an AI generated country band called Somebody. The whole band is AI generated.
Yeah.
They're like Biscuit something. And my friend Brandon this weekend has an AI app that all you tell it, it's the parameters. And he said, write a country song about actor DJ Qualls. And I was like, who likes butt stuff? And so it's this awesome country song that's like, I went over to my friend's house and he was like, and I was like, I've been around the world. I'm kind of weary. One thing's missing. And then the chorus is, I like butt stuff. Do you like butt stuff? If you like butt stuff, we can get it on. It's great. It's like it came off an album. And it reminded me of my character.
An album.
Yeah. But we'll take this to Patreon. Bye, y'all.
You guys can follow us on social media at loadedpod. Send us an email, probably loadedpod@gmail.com. You can join us on Patreon, patreon.com/loadedpod. We've got our next happy hour coming May 27th at 5 p.m. Pacific. And you can call us 323-272-3908 and leave a voicemail. See you next week. Bye.
Say YouTube. Back episodes are on YouTube.
Yeah, you can watch everything on YouTube.
At YouTube.com/loadedpod.com. Is that right?
By the time this episode comes out, we'll have our 4-week delay up.
Sweet.
Okay. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
And tune into your favorite podcast.
Where things will be misquoted.
And opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause DJ and Kelly are like